I'm Jason Mariner, your next congressman in South Florida's 20th Congressional District. I certainly don't look like your typical congressman. I'll probably have more tattoos on me than any member of Congress or all the members of Congress combined. But one of the things that constantly comes up is this join or die snake that's on my arm. Now, this join or die snake was a political cartoon created by Benjamin Franklin in 1754. He carved it into a block of wood. It was called a woodcut, and it was then stamped in the Pennsylvania Gazette. Why? The literacy rate was very low in the mid-1700s, so the best way to get the message out was to create a cartoon or a picture. That's how you conveyed your message. So anyway, why would there be a segmented snake representative of the 13 colonies, but there's only 8 segments? Well, it's because New England is one of those segments, and New England was 4 colonies. It was Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the math is still off. Pennsylvania and Delaware shared the same governor. Therefore, they were represented as one on this snake since they had 1 delegate. So now if you do the math, you arrive at the fancy number 13. The 13 original colonies which were represented. Now, 1754, that means it took 22 years until 1776 for the colonists to finally get their acts together, because this was a call to action. This said join or die. He was telling the colonists and the governors, drop your egos, let's get together and send a shot across the bow. And that shot across the bow is the Declaration of Independence. It was a note to the King of England saying, we will not be pushed around anymore. We will not be taxed without being represented. We will not have our God-given unalienable rights taken away because you can't take them. God gave them to us. You're trying to take them, and we will not allow it anymore. We won't be pushed around. Those unalienable rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, now you know exactly why the join or die snake represents 13 colonies but only has 8 segments. Now, this leads us back to America sucks at education, because I bet you didn't know that if you were watching this. Now, a lot of people will know this, and that's a good thing, but the vast majority of people don't. And it's sad, because if you don't know history, you're destined to repeat it. I think everybody's probably heard that one before. Now, when that Revolutionary War was fought, because that was originally a letter, the Declaration of Independence, and they said, no, you're going to listen to us. We're going to keep you under our boot forever. They won that Revolutionary War because they were people of faith. It wasn't an all-hands-on-deck type of deal. It was 1.3% of the colonists that fought against the British being the biggest empire the world had ever seen, the mightiest military the world had ever seen, and we're talking farmers with pitchforks. 1.3% of them took up arms against the British, and America was born. Okay, there's a lot of this stuff that we're going to go over in the next few weeks, but I want you to know exactly why join or die is tattooed on my arm, and my addition to that is, again, because if we don't get back together as a country, and the people that are elected to serve their constituents don't start doing exactly that, putting their differences aside, saying, you know what, we don't agree, but the one thing that we all do agree on is that we are here to do a job, and that's serve our constituents and do what we say we're going to do, we're going to lose this country. I'm willing to do that. I will do that. I will make sure that happens. As for District 20, we're not asking a lot. The people that I've spoken to, which have been thousands of people, school choice, better schools, better, safer, cleaner streets, drug-free streets, safer streets, and jobs, job protection. There is so much opportunity in District 20. Buy it here, build it here, manufacture it here, make it here, and buy it here in the Sunshine State. I'm Jason Mariner, so when you go to vote and you get your ballot in the mail, make sure you vote Mariner for Congress, an ordinary guy who you can relate to, a guy that's been through life and all the struggles it has to offer, someone you can relate to. And I'll go to bat for you, and I won't turn my back on you either. I'm easy to get a hold of. If you need something, you can call me, 561-702-2024. God bless you. God bless the Constitution. And God bless America. In-person voting is on January 11th. We'll talk before then. Be well.